mountain passes in the Himalayas. They're supposed to be these treacherous routes only elites can tackle, right? But I've just discovered two remarkable passes that completely flip that assumption on its head.
That's quite a statement. What makes these passes so different from what we typically imagine?
Well, we're talking about the Haran Pass at 12,350 feet and the Runang Pass at 14,500 feet in India's Kanawar region. Here's what's fascinating. Despite their impressive heights, they require no technical climbing skills whatsoever. They're essentially well-maintained village paths that have been used for centuries.
So how do these routes actually function in the local economy?
You know what's that local traders have specific beats or territories they work across the border. Like there's this whole intricate system where different communities specialize in different trading routes. And get this, back in the 1840s, these passes were so alluring that Lord Balhousie, a British viceroy, actually escaped his official duties just to visit the area.
That's wild. A viceroy going AWOL just to see these passes. What's the actual journey like?
So picture this. You start at Chini, where you cross this modernized bridge that used to be made of twigs but now has this wire cable setup. Then you climb through these magnificent deodar forests, going up about 3,000 feet through villages and highland pastures. The views are absolutely incredible. You got the Baspa Valley below, which they say looks just like a Scottish highland glen.
Well, that's quite a journey. What about the challenges they face with climate and weather?
Oh man, the weather patterns are intense. I was reading about this couple who traveled through the region and recorded temperature swings from 8 degrees Fahrenheit to 108 degrees Fahrenheit in their tent. And here's something fascinating. They encountered these massive glaciers that are actually retreating year by year. The local guides have to keep adjusting their routes because of it.
So these areas are really feeling the effects of climate change. What about the wildlife in such extreme conditions?
That's one of the most surprising parts. These seemingly inhospitable areas are absolutely teeming with life. We're talking bar-headed geese perching on high cliffs. Imagine that. Waterfowl hanging out on mountain peaks, plus rare species like burrell and Tibetan snowcock. One group even spotted a mountain sheep with horns measuring 42.5 inches.
You know, it really challenges our assumptions about what's possible in these remote regions.
Exactly. And what's particularly fascinating is how the local communities have adapted over centuries. They've developed these incredibly sophisticated systems for managing their yak herds and predicting weather patterns. But here's the sobering part. You can actually see evidence of particularly harsh winters in certain camping grounds, marked by piles of bones from animals that didn't make it.
That's quite a stark reminder of the harsh realities they face. How do modern communities balance traditional knowledge with new technologies?
Well, it's this delicate dance. They've embraced things like those wire cable bridges while maintaining their ancient knowledge about weather patterns and animal husbandry. The fascinating thing is how they've maintained these incredible cultural traditions while adapting to modern changes. They still perform traditional mask dances and have annual ceremonies for sheep and yak shearing.
So it's really a story of resilience rather than just survival?
Precisely. And that's what makes these places so remarkable. Whether it's the accessible passes of Kanawar or the more challenging routes through Spiti and Rupshu, they show us how these remote Himalayan regions are far more connected and dynamic than we might imagine. It's this beautiful testament to human adaptability, finding ways to thrive in some of the world's most challenging environments while maintaining rich cultural traditions.
That really puts our modern challenges in perspective, doesn't it?
You know, it really does. These communities have been solving complex logistical and survival challenges for centuries, all while maintaining sustainable ways of life. It's a powerful reminder that sometimes the most remarkable human achievements aren't about conquering nature, but about learning to live in harmony with it. And maybe that's the biggest lesson we can take from these ancient mountain passes. They're not just routes through mountains. They're pathways to understanding how humans can adapt and thrive in seemingly impossible conditions.